Welcome back, everybody, to the Baltimore Orioles franchise here on MLB The Show 21. Today, we are continuing the postseason here in year number 3. In the last episode, our Orioles squeaked away with a Game 1 victory by the final score of 5-6. We really started this game off well. German Marquez had a great start with 6 shutout innings, and the bullpen nearly blew it. They allowed 5 in the 8th, but luckily we were able to hold on for the victory. So today we're going to be covering games 2 and 3. Technically, our Orioles have a chance for a sweep today. If we win both games, then we will advance to the ALCS. If the White Sox win one or both, the next episode will be Game 4. So we're going to start with Game 2, pretty much a must-win game for the White Sox, because if they're down 2-0, then they're going to put themselves in playoff series purgatory, if you will. Here is the playoff bracket, by the way. Nothing has changed on the NL side. Minnesota and Houston are now split at 1 in the other American League Divisional Series. So as expected, that one will likely go 4 to 5 games. So let's get this one underway. Game 2 action here at Camden Yards. The Orioles are coming off a thrilling Game 1 victory and are looking to do some more damage here in Game 2 and really put themselves in a good position in this series. Here's a look at both lineups for this game, 1-9. Again, for the most part, regular starters for Baltimore, as it'll be Eduardo Rodriguez who gets the start. Rodriguez has been very bleh this year. He hasn't been bad, but I wouldn't really say he's been good either. He's just been okay. We're going to start in the second inning as Luis Robert will go down chasing on the changeup. Great pitch from Rodriguez. Full count pitch now for Tim Anderson, who has hit the ball really well so far in the playoffs. He draws a walk, so the speedy Anderson will reach base. He's going to try to steal second, but Adley Rutschman is having none of it. Rutschman guns him down. Part-time ball player, full-time sniper. What a throw behind the dish by Adley Rutschman to go ahead and get the out. So now there's 2 away for Pat Valaika, and he's actually going to hit that one down the third base line, likely for an extra base hit. If Anderson had not stolen, he probably would have scored, and had he successfully stolen, he definitely would have scored. So we'll see if this one comes back to bite Chicago in the rear end. Now it'll be the catcher Yasmani Grandal. He's going to get that one to the shortstop, Marco Luciano. Can he make the throw? He does! You know, if Yasmani Grandal had 3 speed on that play, I think he would have beat out the throw. But since he only has 2 speed, he was unable to. Baltimore is lucky that nobody scores as we go to the bottom of the second. It'll be Spencer Turnbull who gets the start in this one for the White Sox. The former Tiger has had a pretty solid year in Chicago as Anthony Rizzo is going to hit a single into right center field. Good hit there for Rizzo, who had a couple of base hits in the Game 1 victory. Louis St. John, the rookie, now up at the plate. He's going to go down on the low changeup. That was a pretty nice pitch, and LSJ, who also had 2 hits in the first game, is going to retreat back to the dugout. On to the top of the third, still scoreless, but not for long, as it's Andrew Vaughn with a moonshot into left center field. That one goes 435 feet, and the Chicago White Sox are now on the board. They will take a 1-0 lead. Starling Marte now, the former Oriole, trying to keep things going for the Sox as that one goes into left center field for a base hit. Marte is going to try to head to second. The throw from LSJ is not in time, so that'll be a 2-out double for Starling Marte. And the White Sox give themselves a runner in scoring position for Eloy Jimenez, who had 3 singles in Game 1. Gets another one there into right. Robinson with a great throw to the plate as Starling Marte will wisely retreat at third base. So now it's 2-on, 2-out, 2-2 count for Robert, who strikes out. That's a big K for Eduardo Rodriguez to get out of the inning. And we go to the bottom of the third. Still a 1-0 ball game as it's Elliot Ramos. No doubt about that one. A bat toss as well for Ramos. And the Orioles are now on the board. Elliot Ramos' second career postseason home run in his second career postseason game. That one went 450 feet. An absolute nuclear missile from Ramos. And the Orioles are going to tie it at 1. What a swing. What a hit. What a start to the playoffs for Elliot Ramos, coming off a really impressive rookie year. I think everybody knew that one was gone, including, obviously, Elliot Ramos. The only question was, what's the distance? And there it's going to say 449, so pretty close to 450, I guess. Christian Robinson now up, trying to keep the fun going, but Tim Anderson makes a great diving play at short. The throw is very much in time, and Tim Anderson is able to easily get the out. Adley Rutschman, the very next batter, up at the plate, checks his swing but gets hit. The umpires say he does not go around, so Rutschman will reach base, and Baltimore gives themselves a base runner for Ryan Mountcastle, but it doesn't look like the Orioles are going to have a base runner on for long. I did not mean to slide there with Mountcastle, by the way, so I'm not some weirdo who slides to first base. Please just keep that in mind. On to the top of the fourth now. Tim Anderson gets that one nicely into left. Ramos reacts to it late, and that's going to be an extra base hit for Tim Anderson. He had 2 home runs in the wild card game against Cleveland, had a really good game 1, and he's already reached base twice in game 2, and also had that nice diving play in the last inning. Pat Valaika now gets his second base hit of the game. The former Orioles going to get that one into the left field corner for an RBI double. And the Chicago White Sox will get the lead right back, as it is now 2-1. Good start for Valaika here against his old team. Still nobody out, by the way. Yasmani Grandal goes down to the cutter. Rodriguez needed that one pretty badly, so I would definitely consider that a huge strikeout. Andrew Vaughn then on the 3-2 pitch goes down to the outside fastball. That would have been a walk as well had he not swung at that. So a costly decision by Vaughn. And then Josh Donaldson completes the trifecta. Back-to-back-to-back strikeouts for Eduardo Rodriguez. But the White Sox do drive in a run. And they lead 2-1. On the bottom of the fourth, Max Muncy starting things off. That one's going to go into right center field, probably for extra bases. Muncy had that leadoff home run in the first game. Hasn't really done a whole lot since. But that could be a big double with nobody out. Now 2 away. Muncy advances to third for Marco Luciano. Hits that one into center. And it is going to be caught by Robert. So the Orioles are unable to get anybody across. And the White Sox will maintain their 2-1 lead as we go into the 5th inning. I imagine Eduardo Rodriguez's leash is starting to get shorter. His pitch count is now in the 80s. So I would imagine this is his last inning. Unless he gets rocked, then he'll be taken out even earlier. Marte is going to get that one to bounce in front of a wall. The center fielder decided to dive for whatever reason, and that'll be a triple for Starling Marte, and the White Sox now have a runner 90 feet away from home with 1 out. They should be able to drive them in. 2-2 count for Eloy Jimenez. He's going to fly this one into center field. It should be caught, and it will. Marte is headed home. The throw to the plate is going to be not in time, so the run scores. The White Sox are now going to make it 3-1. The sac fly from Jimenez is successful. Inning does come to a close. Luis Robert strikes out for a 3rd time in this game. That'll also end Eduardo Rodriguez's day. 5 innings, 3 earned runs. He wasn't terrible. I wouldn't say he was good, but he was fine, I guess. So it's now 3-1. Jalen Miller leads off the bottom of the 5th, and that one is gone. Jalen Miller, in his 2nd career postseason game, hits his 2nd playoff home run. Just like Elliot Ramos, Miller's power has certainly been on display early here in the postseason. Now, unlike Elliot Ramos, that one barely went out of the ballpark, but hey, it does the same amount of damage, and Baltimore brings it within 1, as it is now 3-2. 1 away here for Christian Robinson, and he is going to launch this one into left center field. That one's going to drop in the gap, should easily go for extra bases, and Robinson gets his first career postseason hit. It's a very common theme with this young team. A lot of these guys, for the most part, have never played in the playoffs before, so it's really good to see them hitting the ball well. Adley Rutschman has not hit the ball well for the most part. That one will be caught. An incredible grab by Luis Robert. I'm pretty sure Rutschman is like 1 for 7 so far in the playoffs. Very un-Adley Rutschman-like. Robinson advances to third. That'll bring up Ryan Mountcastle, who hits that one into center. Robert's had a very busy day defensively, and although his glove has been very good, he's also 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, so his offense has left a lot to be desired. Alex Colomé is in here in the top of the 6th. The former White Sox, who pitched in 81 of Baltimore's games this year, had a pretty good season with an ERA at 3.5. Facing off against Yasmani Grandal, and this one's going to be hit right to around the foul line, in between the foul pole and third base. Muncy will make the grab. Simple 1-2-3 inning for Alex Colomé, and the game will remain 3-2 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. The White Sox have also decided to make a pitching change. They're going to go with their long reliever, Dallas Keuchel. Kind of an odd decision there. I don't really get it. I would think you'd want to go for a more traditional bullpen arm, but okay. I guess it works out to start the inning as Max Muncy swings way too late on the fastball. Good pitch from the former Cy Young winner Dallas Keuchel, now taking on Louis St. John, who of course is great against lefties, but not on that pitch. Just like Luis Robert, Louis St. John is also 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts today. Colin Poche is in for Baltimore here in the 7th. Pitched a shutout inning in Game 1. Trying to do another one here in Game 2 as he starts off with a strikeout of Andrew Vaughn. Vaughn has now struck out twice today. Both teams are striking out a lot in this game. There's another one, this time for Josh Donaldson, the former American League MVP winner. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. Marco Luciano leading it off for Baltimore as that one deflects off of Keuchel. Probably would have been a base hit, but Luciano got unlucky. Keuchel was able to make the play. And then after that, the White Sox decided to make a pitching change. Sort of odd timing. Cody Hewart is in for Chicago as he faces off against Elliot Ramos with the home run earlier. Ramos instead chases on the slider. And Baltimore's lineup, other than the 2 home runs, has been really underwhelming in this game, although Chicago's hasn't been a whole lot better either. Edwin Diaz, the best reliever in baseball, makes his first postseason appearance of the season here in the 8th. Will he strike out Luis Robert? He does. Robert is now 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts in this game. Simple 1-2-3 inning for Edwin Diaz, very Edwin Diaz-esque. And now we go to the bottom half of the inning. Aaron Bummer is in for Chicago. He had a 2.56 ERA in the regular season, and the Orioles are going to make a pinch hitter. It was Christian Robinson who was up at the plate, but they're going to switch him out with the Yerminator, Yermin Mercedes, the former White Sox, and that one's just going to be weakly flown out. Mercedes had a nice Game 1, had that big 2-run double in the first inning, but today he does not get as lucky. Ryan Mountcastle, who is 0 for 3, is now up, making 0 for 4. He goes down on the sinker. Good inning from Bummer, and now we go to the top of the 9th. The Orioles are down by a run as it's 3-2. Edwin Diaz is still in for the O's as he strikes out Tim Anderson on the high off-speed pitch. Pat Valaika is now up, and he's going to continue his dominant offensive day as that one will be an infield single. Good play by Jalen Miller, but he was unable to make the throw in time. Valaika is now 3 for 4 on the ball game. He's definitely been a machine today at the plate. Speaking of machines, that's exactly what Edwin Diaz is as he strikes out Yasmani Grandal. Now facing Andrew Vaughn. He's just a window shopper because he's just looking. And now we go to the bottom of the 9th, and the game will come down to this. The Orioles are going to need to score a run against one of the best closers in all of baseball, Liam Hendricks, who has 1 save already back in the wild card game. Going to try to get another one here. Max Muncy, the leadoff hitter, grounds this one to second. Madrigal fields it cleanly. There is out number 1. So far, so good here for the White Sox. Anthony Rizzo is now up at the dish. The count is 2-2. Pitch from Hendricks, and this one is going to be belted into right center field for a base hit. And neither outfielder was able to get to it quick enough, so Rizzo is going to advance to second. That ball was on the ground for an awfully long time. If Rizzo was faster, I think he would have thought about going 3. So the Orioles would sub in a pinch runner as it's the speedy Ivan Cortez Jr. now on base. Louis St. John is up at the dish. He is 0 for 3 today with a trio of strikeouts. This one will stay in play, and it does advance for runner, but it's also a ground out. And now Baltimore needs to get a base hit off the bat of Marco Luciano to keep this game alive. Count is 1-1. Runner on third, 2 outs, 1-run game. The pitch is hit nicely into center. That one is going to drop for a hit. Cortez scores, and Marco Luciano has tied it up here in the bottom of the 9th. Clutch hitting from Marco, and now worst case for Baltimore would be this game going into extra innings, but they're going to try to walk it off with Jalen Miller. Miller went deep earlier today. This one stays in the ballpark, doesn't even make forward progress as Miller slams his bat in frustration. Grandal makes the play, and through 9 innings, this game is tied up at 3. Ivan Cortez Jr., who can play first base, will enter, and it'll be Travis Lakins into the ball game on the mound for the Orioles, his first postseason appearance of the year. His initial batter is going to be Josh Donaldson. Count is 3-2. He strikes out. By the way, as you can see, the extra innings rule does not apply to the postseason, so there will be no runner starting on second base every inning. Nick Madrigal with 1 away gets that one into left field. It'll bounce off the corner and go for a double. So with 1 out, the Chicago White Sox now have a runner in scoring position and a really good opportunity to take the lead right back in this game. Madrigal on third for Jimenez, who goes down in the cutter. Lakins gets out of the inning, and we will go to the bottom of the 10th, where Baltimore will have an opportunity to walk it off and take a 2-0 lead going into Chicago. Liam Hendriks is still in for the White Sox as he faces off against Leon Bumaye. Bumaye entered right field when Yerman Mercedes pinch hit for Christian Robinson, so that's how he entered the game as he singles. That one is going to be an infield hit, but it does the job. And then the White Sox will make a pitching change as it's the lefty Garrett Crochet, who is now in the ball game for the White Sox, facing off against Adley Rutschman with one out. Rutschman is 0 for 3 today. Can he get a hit here? Well, he will reach base. Rutschman checks his swing while getting hit, and again, the umpire doesn't think he went around. So Rutschman has now gotten hit by a pitch twice, and now the situation is 2 on, 2 outs, full count here for Max Muncy. Can he clutch up? No. And that would have been ball 4 too, but he got fooled by the high fastball. I think he was expecting it to curve down. It definitely didn't. So Crochet gets out of the jam, and we go to the top of the 11th. Can Luis Robert put the bat to the ball? He does. Muncy, however, makes a great play to get the first out of the inning. Progress, though, for Luis Robert. He finally does not strike out. 2 gone now for Pat Valaika, who's been the hero today. Why stop now? Valaika will give the White Sox the lead as it is now 4-3. Unbelievable hitting in this game from Pat Valaika, who has been so good, and he puts the White Sox up by a run. Yasmani Grandal is now up. 1-2 pitch from Lakins. He strikes out, so Lakins gets out of the inning, but he does allow a run, and Baltimore is going to need to score 1 to tie. Garrett Crochet will stay on the bump for the White Sox as there's one away here for Louis St. John. He's going to keep it alive with a single into left field. So the tying run is aboard, and the potential winning run is at the plate for the Orioles. Good to see Louis St. John finally coming along in this game. The White Sox only have 2 relievers in their bullpen right now, and Baltimore does not have much more. Marco Luciano, who was the hero in the 9th inning, might be the scapegoat here in the 11th as he grounds out to short. The White Sox were unable to turn 2. Louis St. John is a little bit too fast, so he is safe at second, and a base hit here from Jalen Miller could end the game. 2-2 pitch, grounds it to third. Donaldson fields it cleanly. The throw to first is in time, and the Chicago White Sox will take Game 2 here in 11 innings by the final score of 4-3. Baltimore's lineup just really did not hit the ball consistently in this game. We had those 2 home runs early from Miller and Ramos, but other than that, we really never had consistent spurts in which we were able to score runs. The White Sox offense was not a whole lot better today, but they did have more runs, obviously, and more hits. Pat Valaika was outstanding. He went 4 for 5, drove in 2 runs, including the clincher on the home run in the 11th. And their pitching, specifically the bullpen, was pretty good. Our bullpen pitched really well too, but obviously it was not enough to hold on and win the game. If only Rodriguez had pitched a little bit better early in his start, then maybe we could have held on and won, but the series is still tied up at 1. All we need to do is win 2 of our next 3 games, which, considering 2 of them are on the road, is a lot easier said than done, but I think we can go ahead and do it. So that brings us to Game 3, the most important game of the series yet. Somebody has to break through in this game and take a 2-1 series lead, and I would prefer it to be us, because if the White Sox can win 2 games today, then they'll take all the momentum. So the Minnesota Twins now lead Houston 2-1 in the ALDS. Minnesota's won 2 in a row, and both NL series are already over as the Cardinals have swept the Braves, and the Dodgers have beat the Giants in 4. So it'll be the Cardinals and the Dodgers in the NLCS. The Twins appear to have the inside track on the ALCS, and the winner of that series opponent, well, they probably are going to win this game tonight, chances are. The Orioles are coming off a tough 11-inning loss in Game 2, and they would like to get back on track in Game 3. This series will definitely go to at least 4, maybe 5, if both teams split the 2 games here in Chicago. Liam Bumaye will be getting the start for Baltimore today. Lucas Giolito on the hill for the White Sox. He pitched outstanding in the wild card game, and the White Sox would like to use him here in Game 3. We're going to kick off in the 2nd inning as Anthony Rizzo going oppo-popo into left. That one is out of here. Solo homer for Rizzo, his first of the playoffs, and it is a 1-0 Baltimore lead. That one barely got over the fence. He really did not hit that one all that well, but it does the job, and the Orioles now lead 1-0. Christian Robinson is now up at the plate here for Baltimore. He's going to draw a walk on the high fastball. So the Orioles get themselves another base runner. If they can rock Lucas Giolito early, I think they can put themselves in a good position to win the game. Luciano on the 2-2 count hits that one into right. Starling Marte decides not to charge after it for whatever reason. So that'll be a base hit for Marco Luciano. Now there are 2 on, 2 away for Liam Bumaye, who is hitting 1,000 so far in the playoffs, and that looks like it's going to stick. Single into center. Robinson decides to hold up. Interesting decision. So the Orioles have now loaded the bases for the top of the order. Adley Rutschman is up at the plate. He singled back in the first inning. 1-2 pitch. Goes down on the 12-6 curve. That pitch is absolutely nasty. You really can't get too mad at him. Now it's down to Louis St. John to try to drive in one of these runs or more on the full count pitch. He's going to draw a walk. Great discipline for Louis St. John. I imagine it's tough for a 19-year-old kid to not swing at a 2-strike pitch in the playoffs, but credit to him. He drives in a run. It's now 2-0. That one from Muncy has a chance in the right, but not deep enough. So the Orioles leave the bases loaded, but they score 2 if there's any silver lining. And Baltimore is a 2-0 lead going into the bottom of the second inning as we get our first look at John Means, who is on the bump for the Orioles. He was probably Baltimore's most consistent starting pitcher this season, which more so just goes to show that the rotation was, to be honest, not very good for the most part. Tim Anderson with a deep fly ball into left field. That one is out of here. And the Chicago White Sox are on the board. Anderson with his 3rd playoff home run. It is now 2-1. And then it's Pat Valaika again. Is this guy on steroids? Jesus Christ, he's insane. Valaika in this series is 5 for 6 with 2 doubles, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs. He is an absolute menace. Yasmani Grandal now with 1 away, shopping gap. His speed has gone down to 1, I see. Wow, that's quite threatening. He will make it into second safely with a double. So both offenses are really clicking here in the top of the second inning, and John Means has to get himself out of the jam. Andrew Vaughn will single that one into right field. Grandal is going to hold up because, well, he's not the fastest. So now there's runners on the corners, still 1 away for Josh Donaldson. 2-2 pitch. Grounds that one into left field for a single. And the White Sox will take the lead as it's 3-2. Baltimore had a nice 2-0 lead going to the bottom of the second. Things seem to be going well, and they have now completely fallen on their face very quickly. Starling Marte goes down looking to end the inning, but a lot of fireworks offensively here in this second inning from both teams as the White Sox take a 3-2 lead going into the third. Elliot Ramos leading things off for Baltimore, and this one is a rocket into left field, and this one is gone. Elliot Ramos ties it at 3. That is 3 consecutive games that Elliot Ramos has hit a home run. He does not have any other base hits so far in the playoffs, but his first 3 playoff games, he's hit a home run in all 3 of them. That's awfully impressive. Jalen Miller now will single into center. That's Miller's first playoff base hit. That does not go for a home run. The Orioles have a runner on here for Christian Robinson. He hits that one high and pretty deep in the right field, and it will be caught. Jumping grab by Starling Marte. I don't think that would have been a home run, so although from a distance it looked like he robbed it, I don't think he did, but still a nice catch. On to the bottom of the third, game tied at 3. Full count pitch for Eloy Jimenez, who draws a walk. So the White Sox are going to start the inning off here. The base runner, Luis Robert, is going to foul this one back. And Adley Rutschman with a really nice defensive play. I believe Rutschman has now won 2 Gold Gloves. I know he won one last year. I'm pretty sure he won one this year, too. And then the inning will come to a nice close as that ground out will take us to the 4th. Tied at 3, it's been a really exciting game. Both teams know how important this one is. And they're giving it their all right now. Here we are in the bottom of the 4th. It's the bringer of rain, Josh Donaldson, to give the White Sox the lead. Solo home run into left field. The White Sox have now gone deep 3 times today. Donaldson with his 2nd home run of the playoffs. And the Chicago White Sox now lead 4-3. And the Orioles are going to make a pitching change. Grayson Rodriguez will check in for John Means. This is Rodriguez's first career postseason appearance. He had very limited major league innings in the regular season. and hopefully he can do some damage here in the playoffs. His first batter, Nick Madrigal, draws a walk. Obviously, the big weakness with Rodriguez is that he does allow a lot of walks. Starling Marte now 1-2. He goes down on the strikeout. Rodriguez's biggest strength is, well, that. He strikes out a lot of batters. Top 5, 4-3 is your score. Max Muncy going to open up the inning, hitting that one high and awfully deep into right center field. Robert at the track at the wall. It is caught. Another one that looked like it was going to go out, but not quite. Elliot Ramos is now up for 1-2. He goes down on the four-seam fastball. Although Ramos at times does not seem to be human, that time he was. Anthony Rizzo is now up at the plate. Count is 2-2. Pitch from Giolito. Grounded nicely to first, and it gets by the glove of Andrew Vaughn for a base hit. Anthony Rizzo has continued to really impress me offensively here in the playoffs, which isn't really a surprise considering how well he played the final few months of the year. I think he's absolutely earned a contract extension in the offseason. Jalen Miller now rips that one into center for a base hit, and the Orioles got a little two-out rally going. 2 on, 2 outs, a prime opportunity to potentially tie or even more so maybe take the lead. Lucas Giolito will be removed from the game. Alex Fagalde, who pitched a little bit in Game 1, will enter for the White Sox. He faces off against Christian Robinson. 3-1 count. This one is going to be hit weakly into center, but that one might have had a little bit too much mustard as Luis Robert will make the play. And the Orioles, despite having multiple runners on base, are unable to drive anybody across as it is still 4-3. Eloy Jimenez with a deep shot into left field. At the track of the wall, it is caught. There have been a lot of home runs today, but there also have been a lot of close calls that have not exited the ballpark. Top of the 6th, score is still 4-3. Adley Rutschman gets fooled by the high four-seam fastball. I think he was expecting that one to curve down. It almost looked like it curved up, but it was a fastball, so I don't really know why it had that motion. Bottom 6, another strikeout here for Grayson Rodriguez. This time the victim is Pat Valaika, who has cooled off after his home run in the second inning. 3-1 count now for Grandal. He allows a walk. Rodriguez has really been impressive in this game. He has not allowed too many base runners, although he has walked a couple of guys. But he has avoided allowing hits. And right as I say that, this one might drop for a hit into right. And it really should not have. Christian Robinson dropped the ball. So that'll be a base hit, although it should really count as an error if we're being honest. So now 2 on, 1 away for Donaldson. He goes down to the outside curveball. That pitch was filthy. 2 gone now for Madrigal, the 3-1. That one's going to be lined to second. Miller makes the grab, and that'll end Grayson Rodriguez's day. 2 1/3 scoreless innings in the playoff debut for Grayson Rodriguez. Overall, a pretty good game for him. Top 7, Louis St. John's going to line this one into center. Luis Robert makes the play. Seems pretty insignificant, but what the White Sox would do after is really interesting. So they had a righty on the mound there, and they're going to sub him out for a lefty in Garrett Crochet, and I think that's a really smart decision because, for one thing, the next batter is a lefty in Max Muncy. Louis St. John hits lefties really well, so they wanted to wait to put the lefty in. The White Sox have been very smart with how they've managed their bullpen in this playoff series, and let's see if it pays off here with Muncy up at the plate. Well, the answer would be a resounding no, as Max Muncy hits a moonshot into right field, and we are tied at 4. Huge home run for Muncy against another lefty, fittingly enough. Muncy with his second home run in the playoffs, and this game just took a massive turn. Huge momentum giver for Baltimore. Elliot Ramos now will single into right field. That's his first hit of the playoffs. That does not go for a home run. And the Orioles now have themselves another runner on base here for Anthony Rizzo. So more lefty-on-lefty crime. Count is 1-2. Rizzo pops this one into right center field. That one is going awfully deep. Back at the track at the wall. Marte is up and it is gone. 2-run shot for Anthony Rizzo, his second in the ball game. Garrett Crochet, who is a left-handed pitcher, has allowed 2 home runs in this inning to Baltimore's 2 primary left-handed batters. Ironic. He will be immediately taken out of the game. Cody Hewer will enter. Hewer has pitched in all 4 of the White Sox playoff games so far as he faces off here against Christian Robinson with 2 away. Robinson will belt this one into right field for a single. So clearly Baltimore wants to do some more damage. They've had a big inning so far, driving in 3 runs. But I don't know if Marco Luciano is satisfied. Luciano deep into right field. That one is also gone. 2-run homer for Marco Luciano. A 5-spot here in the 7th inning for Baltimore. The Orioles will take an 8-4 lead as Kenyon Middleton enters in the bottom half of the inning. He pitched to 4 batters in Game 1. All 4 of them scored. So hopefully he can rebound here as Marte hits this one into left center field. Bumaye should make the play, but it dropped for a hit. I don't know what he was doing. Blame the game, not me. Okay? That was not my fault. Luis Robert now up with 1 away. He's going to ground this one into left field. That should go for a base hit. The throw from Bumaye to home will be a little bit offline, but Marte decided not to test his arm, so that proves to not really matter. Tim Anderson, 1-2 count. He goes down looking on the slider. Huge strikeout for Kenyon Middleton, who is really trying to get out of the jam that his defense has put him in. And he does as Valaika goes down looking. Very good inning for Kenyon Middleton. He pitched a lot better in this game than he did in Game 1. And now we go to the 8th. Aaron Bummer is in here for the White Sox. The Orioles are currently up by 4. It would be a bummer if Baltimore extends this lead, am I right? As Adley Rutschman's going to open things up off with a single. Rutschman is starting to hit the ball a little bit better. Got 2 base hits in this game. But he still has not been all that impressive at the plate so far in the playoffs. Louis St. John now gets this one into right. Marte cannot make the grab. That'll go for extra bases. Rutschman probably would have scored, but he decided to be safe and make sure Marte didn't catch it, which with no outs is probably the right call by him to not go. And now that'll bring up Max Muncy. Runners on scoring position. Nobody out. Full count pitch. This one's going to be grounded to second. Run will score. That is Rutschman who tags home safely. Louis St. John advances to third, and it's now 9-4. That'll bring up Elliot Ramos. High fly ball deep in the left field. Jimenez at the wall. See you later. Elliot Ramos with a multi-home run game. He has now gone deep 4 times so far in his first 3 career playoff games. Quite the bummer that Baltimore extended this lead. And even more of a bummer that Aaron Bummer's been knocked out of the game. Jace Fry is now in for the White Sox. Going to try to fry the rest of this lineup down. And he does successfully. I'm sorry for the cringy puns, but these names are like layups. I have to take the layup and make the easy joke. Bottom of the 8th now. Felix Rosa is in for the Orioles. They know he has enough energy to do 2 innings. And quite frankly, I think this game appears to be on lock for Baltimore. Well, Yasmani Grandal has something to say about it. He's going to hit a solo home run here into right field. That is Felix Rosa's first batter of the inning. Now we go to the bottom of the 9th. Things really seem to be cooling down for Rosa. 1-2 for Anderson. Swinging and miss on the cutter. And the Baltimore Orioles will win it. Final score 11-5. I want to point out that I upped the difficulty a little bit. I've seen the comments. I made some adjustments. And through the first 6 innings, I said, yeah, this isn't too hard, but this is a nice little challenge. And then in the 7th and 8th, we exploded to combine for 8 runs. So, yeah, I don't really know what to say about that. The difficulty was harder. So I don't know how we scored 8 runs, but hey, I'm not complaining. Baltimore went deep 6 times in this game, 2 of which were by Elliot Ramos, 2 more of which were by Anthony Rizzo. Muncy and Luciano also had home runs. Those 4 drove in runners along with Louis St. John. John Means did not pitch great, but the bullpen, particularly Grayson Rodriguez, was awfully good in this game. And then Middleton and Rosa did good too. The White Sox lineup was not too bad. They had 4 home runs of their own, but the pitching was really bad. So that brings us to Game 4. Next episode will only be Game 4. I like to do elimination games in their own episode because hypothetically, if the White Sox were to win, then it would kind of spoil the fact if I did Games 4 and 5 together. So we're only going to do Game 4. Hopefully Baltimore can finish out the series, but if not, we will have another episode for Game 5. Hope everybody enjoyed. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace out.